Good morning to you. I am Mark Sudduth, and here's what's up in the tropics for Thursday, the 18th of August, 2022. The Atlantic Basin, generally nice and quiet. We are watching this one area over the southern part of the Yucatan Peninsula, 20% chance of development over the next 48 hours. And as we expand that out to the next 5 days, it should move into the southwest Gulf of Mexico, where it has about a 30% chance of development, as I will show you on the GFS in just a little bit here. It looks like it's going to be fairly stretched out and really not have much of a chance to develop further. Nevertheless, something to keep an eye on. It is getting close to peak time of the hurricane season. We do have it, so we might as well watch it and see what develops. Nothing is going to develop in the Pacific over the next several days, at least not in the eastern part of the Pacific Basin. Nice and quiet here finally after a very busy July and first couple of weeks or so of August. Looking at the satellite animation, there's the system down across the southern Yucatan. A little bit more deep convection, a little bit more concentrated area of showers and thunderstorms. Elsewhere across the Atlantic Basin, very quiet right now. Still a lot of mid-level dry air way out in the deep tropics just off the coast of Africa. And I don't see that changing over the next several days, even as we approach the end of the month. Just still quite hostile out that way. Nevertheless, those tropical waves that do come off, again, if they don't develop in the deep tropics out there between Africa and the Lesser Antilles, they have the opportunity to develop further west, where they would be closer to where all of us live. So just something to keep in mind. Vorticity signature, very, very scant this morning in terms of looking for any areas that are concentrated or look like they might develop. There's that one small area there just straddling the border down there between Honduras, Nicaragua, Guatemala, parts of Belize, that general region. Yeah, it's not very impressive, but it is there, a little bit circular in its appearance. We'll see what happens if that does indeed move out over the southern Gulf of Mexico, how intact it stays. Does it get stretched out, or does it become more amplified? This is a great tool that we can use to keep track of that over the next several days. All right, here's the 6Z GFS, and speaking of watching that vorticity, just notice this area down here, not much becomes of it over the next 5 days. It kind of gets stretched out and really lost down there. So not really thinking that's going to develop too much, but it could be a rainmaker, that disturbance as it moves towards northeast Mexico. Elsewhere, the open deep tropics, nice and quiet. Nothing emerging off of Africa of any consequence over the next several days. However, I think that this will begin to change. We're looking at the Madden-Julian oscillation here, looking like it'll move out of the null phase. It's in that circular area there, eventually out into phases 1 and 2, which does favor the Western Hemisphere, Africa, lots of rising motion over that area. As we get to the end of the month and into September, I would expect a significant uptick in activity as more moisture becomes available, a more favorable upper level pattern, and that would coincide nicely with the peak, climatological peak of the Atlantic hurricane season. But at least for now, as we end the week and head into the weekend, it looks like things are going to stay nice and quiet. All right, that is it from me for today. Have a great rest of your Thursday. As always, thanks for tuning in to What's Up in the Tropics. I am Mark Sudduth. I'll be back with more for you tomorrow.